Call of Duty and Apex Legends dominating most of the more fast-paced first-person shooters, it's hard to make something in that genre that stands out. But in today's episode of What Makes This Game Great, I'll be showing you a 2015 game that does just that. It might be a little older and the graphics are no Matrix Awakens, if you know what I mean, but this game is seriously underrated. Bear with me as we dive into near-future London, discussing what makes Splash Damage's Dirty Bomb great. It's not hard to make a game similar to Call of Duty. Fast-paced, a tactical feel to it, interesting maps with varying objectives, and boom, there you go. But it is hard to make a game with those elements and make it stand out from Call of Duty or Apex, and Dirty Bomb does just that. Dirty Bomb is a 2015 game by Splash Damage, yes, the same guys who made Brink. Dirty Bomb is a fast-paced first-person shooter set in the near future of London, after an atomic explosion went off in 2020, as if that year couldn't get any worse, am I right? Basically, a bomb drops and two different teams hire mercenaries for their own objectives and purposes, attackers and defenders really. That's a quick version of the story, I'll get into it for real in a second. Select from a large roster of unique characters with varying stats. Bushwhacker, Stoker, and Javelin are by far my favorites, though Phoenix is really fun as well. All of the mercenaries have different abilities, but it's mainly divided into three groups. Mercenaries who provide healing via packs and stations, mercenaries who provide ammo via packs and stations, and a few characters who don't really do either. Not to name names, but Vasily is kind of a loner. Before you start a match, you select three characters that you own to have available during that match. Basically, you can switch characters anytime, and the amount of the same character on your team doesn't matter, but you are limited to the three characters you chose at the beginning. You can always change the three, but not mid-game. The maps range from chapels to dome reduxes, or whatever. The maps in this game reflect a lot off of the story. The CDA's technology is one of them. Different places might look more like something out of Fallout 4. Now, one thing that Dirty Bomb lacks are game modes. There are about 2 or so. But the ones that we do have are interesting enough and have multiple maps to compensate. The concept is one of the main parts of the game that sets it apart. It's easy to look at this game as a faster-paced FPS, but a quick dive into the story, the world, and the characters, and you'll see that it is actually different. The story being that in 2020, an atomic bomb was dropped and caused a mass evacuation of Britain. This led to the establishment of the CDA, a new government system whose main goal was to save Britain. At the same time, a criminal establishment called Jackal hires their own mercenaries, but to steal the CDA's technology. This sets up two teams, attackers and defenders. The idea of this game taking place in London after an atomic bomb alone is interesting, not to mention the CDA and Jackal in the mix. The execution, or how the concept was handled, is a truly underrated game. The way the CDA's technology looks and how it wraps around different buildings and maps is awesome. The movement in the game is smooth and fast-paced. The characters range from all over the place and with multiple different abilities. And many of the abilities are so satisfying. When you put an ammo station down, your whole team is constantly around it and using it, giving you buttloads of XP. Oh my god, just seeing the XP feed just filling so satisfying. The weapons range all over the place, and the cool thing is you have the ability to craft a loadout for each character. Though it is a little limiting, you can't just give a sniper a shotgun or something crazy like that, but you can give them different guns and different themes: bronze, silver, and gold. It's awesome. So you actually have a really good amount of customization. Not to mention they have skins for the characters, and unlike most online games with a large roster of playable characters, the skins are not goofy and weird. They fit into the game while still being able to look awesome. The mercenaries in Dirty Bomb also have smaller and more subtle stats. Some characters are engineers who can repair the UV much faster than others can. Some can run faster. These smaller stats are something that, for me at least, keeps the game alive and interesting in many ways, as I'm always learning stuff on my favorite characters. By far, this game is one of the most underrated games out there. It does have a few problems, like crashing and some problems where it can't see servers, and then there's also the fact that it's 2022 and it has died. Although it is an amazing, fun, and interesting game, it is sadly dead. You'll only be able to play in about 1.5 full servers. But Dirty Bomb is a reminder that you don't need to go too off the board to make a new and interesting, faster-paced first-person shooter. And although it was a 2015 game, it still stands as unique even today, about 7 years later. You can download Dirty Bomb for free on Steam, link in the description. I highly recommend this game to you and hope you try it out. Check out my What Makes Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Great video right here. I thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. You guys are stinking awesome and seriously some of the best great gamers out there. I hope you have a great day, and remember, life is short. Play great games. 3 days after the first episode of a little show called The Mandalorian first dropped, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was released. Now when it comes to Star Wars games, they aren't as known or even as good as the main bunch of content, the movies. But this game is in the